Dawson Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here, and welcome to one of my first top 5 videos of 2020. This video is inspired by somebody who commented on one of my top 5s from the end of last year. Sorry, I can't remember the name, but they had a good idea, which I'm surprised I didn't think of doing like a top 5 things I want to see from the PR comics for 2020, and that kind of gave me an idea for some more videos. So I am going to be doing the comics one, but I thought it would make more sense to start off on this sort of broad category? What, carrots? Broad category of sort of like roughly the top 5 things I want to see out of Power Rangers in 2020. I mean, there's lots of things I'd like to see, but I kind of tried to narrow it down to 5 roughish topics. So let's kind of start with number 5. This is kind of a weird, broad category, but sort of Power Rangers streaming being more accessible. I mean, this is kind of a broad category because in this I want to say, like, even though I enjoyed getting to watch the international airings early, I really would love for them to calibrate that and just make it so that it's, like it's, you know, airing more cohesively around the world. Like, I'm not sure, not a lawyer, obviously, I'm wearing a reviewer shirt, it doesn't say Dawson Rider reviews lawyers. I don't know how the legal stuff works and how their contracts work with everyone, but it kind of baffles me that we can't get our own show all released here first. I'm not even talking about getting rid of the hiatus, I just mean, can it just all air at the same time? So with the streaming thing I'm kind of talking about, it's kind of inconsistent how it is to get a hold of this stuff, because you have the international airings making it easy to see early first, but then when it's out, we used to have this deal with Hulu where they would stream the next episode. I think it was during Megaforce and stuff, and that was really convenient, which seems kind of impossible now because I know they have that deal with Netflix, which is kind of nice because you eventually have all the seasons there to stream and then you can just ignore those box sets you bought. I would like for them to have something like that, where the episode was more easily accessible after it airs. Like, I don't even know if they do it on Nick.com anymore, and when they did, there was so many problems. I just would like to see Power Rangers become more accessible, because I feel like there's always some sort of problem, one way or the other, with getting the new season, whether it's we're getting it too early in other places, or it's hard to find for some people if you missed the episode. So, that, like, it's kind of a broad, messy category, but I feel like there's just a lot that could be smoothed out in this year and in the future. Number 4, this is also going to actually be on the comics list, so spoiler alert, but I want to see more non-MMPR comics. I don't think that any, like, actual ongoing series is in the cards for us for a while, if ever, that's not MMPR, because they probably sell a little bit better because you have the casuals buying it too. I feel like at most we could maybe see something like Zeo in the future, because that's at least quasi-recognizable. I don't know. But what I mean is, in the more realistic sense, more of those ideas like graphic novels that are individuals. I know we got that Ranger Slayer one announced, which is like sort of on the verge. It's like, okay, I'm over Ranger Slayer. I'm more over Ranger Slayer than Draken, but I'd like to see ones more based off of other seasons. That's why, like, I was hoping Psychopath would still do well, even though it being a bit controversial, because it kind of shows them we're interested in more of that. So I'd like to see that branch out, whether it's in graphic novels or more of the annual stories being just from all over the place rather than just MMPR, or even it would be really cool if we just got a miniseries. Like, lots of comics will just do like a 5-issue event and that's it. Like, that would be kind of cool. Like, I think there's like Star Wars ones, like, oh, here's Mace Windu for 3 issues or whatever. Like, that would be a cool way to test the waters, because like I said, I don't think it'll be anytime soon we get like a long-running MMPR or Go-Go-esque series that's another series besides MMPR. Number 3 is obviously hearing more about the movie. You know, I did like the initial premise. I feel like people were mixed on the initial premise of the time travel in the 90s, and I kind of talked about that in that video, but I think the premise is an interesting place to start. It's one of those ones where I think if done right, I think it's a very smart place to start, and I think it kind of sounds interesting with a bit of new and old mixed in there, and I'm eager to hear more about that. And I'm hopeful to hear more and see more that makes me confident that this could mean bigger things for PR. I still don't think it's ever going to get Juggernaut big, but it would be nice to get a little bit more recognition for the brand. Number 2, toy-wise, I'd like to see more Lightning Collection stuff branched out. I mean, obviously cool figures and stuff, but I'm kind of talking about the Morphers and the Megazords and stuff they've been teasing. We've recently branched out this year with like the helmets, which was really cool, which I wouldn't mind seeing more of those. I'd love to see a Black Ranger one, because that's my favorite one, and that's still staying in MMPR at least, and you're not going back to ones we've already gotten. But I just want to see more of that type of stuff, you know, just branching out the Lightning Collection beyond the figures, but of course more cool figures as well. And as sort of a side point, like a number 2.5, I'd really like to see the distribution get a little bit better, because it's kind of insane to me that I never saw Red and Gold Zords in person. Like, I ended up getting them from the Giant set. That's how I got them. And then I saw them go up a couple times, and I saw people talk about them going up a couple times on Amazon, but outside of that alternate fake reality Meyer store, I've never seen seen very little people that have actually spotted red and gold Zords, and we went all the way through the year. Like, I expected, like, okay, maybe they'll show up during the holidays. Nope, just Chuck Tetsuo for the realistic mount. And lastly, this kind of goes, for number one, this kind of goes hand in hand with what I said at the end of the movie point, is I'd like to see, you know, a general growth of the franchise. Like right now, I think this was Hasbro's very safe kind of transition year. I think they played it smart in a lot of ways because of that. You know, they kept a lot of the same feel and staff from Power Rangers, and, you know, was a good way of keeping the brand active while they're maybe making more shifts. And I would just like to see more of what Hasbro wants to do with the brand, whether it's the movie, other stuff, maybe another show, who knows. I don't think we'd get all that in 2020. Like, I don't expect to be at the end of 2020 and us having like 3 shows and 5 movies, but I'd love to see even just a glimpse at what they could do with it, because I think that they have the power to possibly expand it in many avenues. And like I said, it would be nice to see Power Rangers grow a little bit. And also, just to repeat myself again, I mean, who knows? I never thought we'd get Go-Buster suits, but I don't think it's ever going to be as big as something like Transformers or Marvel or anything. But I just really would like to see the franchise grow a little bit, because I'm sure that some of you are as frustrated as I am that Power Rangers is often looked down on. It's like, not that I really cared that much what people think of me, but it is a little bit annoying that the franchise in general is basically viewed as Barney in an era which nerd culture is more accepted than ever. And it would be nice to have other people see the potential we see in it. But anyway, that is it for this one, guys. What do you want to see out of Power Rangers in 2020? Let me know in the comments, as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications about my videos. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.